I'm joined by Peter Lee. He's an Associate Professor of East Asian Politics at the University of Houston downtown. Thanks very much for joining us on the program. Now, both sides, the US and China, agree that a war over Taiwan would be devastating. What needs to happen or not happen to avoid such a confrontation?
I want to say that Taiwan to China is as important as California to the United States. It is a matter with a little room of compromise. As the general said, that China would fight anyone at all costs and without a second hesitation to stop Taiwan from independence. As to what should be done, according to the Chinese official position, the United States acknowledged the one China policy, but the United States has yet to implement that policy, has to yet to fulfill the promise. So besides besides the talks, as the United States side has requested, the Chinese side wants more actions on the promise. So something has to come. For example, for the United States, China wants the United States to stop arming the Taiwanese forces, should stop sending wrong signal to the Taiwan authorities.
The US acknowledges that Beijing views Taiwan as part of China, but it does not agree to it. Now, there are concerns from the US point of view that the security of commercial shipping lanes and global supply chains could be under threat. Do you think that's a legitimate concern?
I don't think there is a freedom of navigation issue or shipment issue, even if something drastic should happen to Taiwan. But I want to say in this way, this is the wrong interpretation of the word acknowledge. Now, when China and the United States signed the Shanghai Communique and the communique for establishing diplomatic relations, United States said that it acknowledged that there is only one China and Taiwan is a part of China. Acknowledge. Now, let me understand. Let's say in this way. The document is not only written in English, it is also written in Chinese. Now, acknowledge is translated into Chinese as recognize. So if the United States today has a problem with the word acknowledge, saying that it doesn't mean recognize, then it should have told the Chinese side in 1972, when the Shanghai Communique was published, that the Chinese version should not be read as recognized.
Right. So much is at stake here. I mean, the two countries shared $700 billion in trade just last year alone. So tensions are at knife's edge. Will we see a decoupling, or do you think there'll be more expansion? And what could that do to the trade relationship?
I think, the trade relations between the two countries is mutually beneficial. If one side, tries to, cut the trade ties, it would definitely impact both countries. And we understand both China and United States try to de-risk, right? But as China, diversify its importers in grain and other materials. But I would say, any country tries to do it, abruptly, by de-risking or whatever de-linking, it would, impact, the other countries, each other, badly.
China's Defense Minister Li said the world was big enough for China and for the US to grow together. Do you think that's the case?
I believe so. If we look at the Pacific Ocean and both sides of the Pacific Ocean, on the, the western side, the entire Asia and Southeast Asia, a lot of countries having active trading relations with the United States, and also to the western side of the Pacific, the entire Western Hemisphere or the Latin America, Brazil, Chile, all these countries can, have more economic, relations with the United States, even though China is the major trading, partner to these countries. United States has a lot to catch up.
Peter Lee, Associate Professor of East Asian Politics at the University of Houston downtown. Thank you.
Good to be here.